Alright, good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to be covering the Tier 1 ships of WoWs. Of course, this was a highly requested video by all of you. So, I have to cover every single tier ship in WoWs. I'm actually not going to play them in WoWs. Like, I'm just not going to actually run them in the game. But I'm just going to show them to you in port. We're going to cover the statistics on every single Tier 1 in the game. Because obviously this is really important for especially the new players and actually the most experienced players in the game. It's quite important, especially since Tier 1 is where all the competitive happens. So we will be covering all the Tier 1s in the game. Now we do all the time talk about Tier 10s and how important they are and which Tier 10 you should get and which one's the best one and which one was my favorite one, etc. But a lot of you people have been wondering about the Tier 1s. What are they? Are they good? Are they bad? What's going on with Tier 1? So we're going to actually start off with the Hashidate, move over to the Erie. We'll cover them one by one. In port, we'll cover their statistics, and we'll cover how they're meant to be played, their play styles, and, well, I guess some tactics you can use in the ships. But that's pretty much it. Let's start by covering the Hashidate. Before I, of course, start the video, guys, I would greatly appreciate a follow to my Twitch channel, a subscription to my YouTube channel, guys. And if you do enjoy the YouTube content, please let me know in the comments by leaving a like and a comment and maybe even a sub to the channel, guys. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, there's also the YouTube join membership thing. It's only $1 a month, guys. You get a mission for a super container if you want. You can totally join it. It's up to you. It's $1 a month minimum. You don't have to do it. I just wanted to let you know because it does go to directly support me. That's in my YouTube channel. You'll see the big join button. But apart from that, you can also join my Discord. I have re-uploaded all the Tier 10 builds on my Discord. So you can go take a look at them. They're currently available. You can go look at them and stuff on the Discord server that is available in the, in the description of the video. That's pretty much it, guys. Let's get into the actual content of Tier 1. So let's take a look. So we're going to start off with Japan here with the Hashidate. Now, Hashidate is one of the oldest ships in the game. It's, of course, the first Japanese cruiser that you start grinding for Japanese in general. So let's actually take a look here at the description. A small gunboat designed for coastal operations. This gunboat was well armed for her dimensions, including AA artillery. However, she lacked armor and was relatively slow. Between 1940 and 1941, Hashidate was part of the Chinese Expeditionary Fleet and participated in the invasion of Hong Kong. On May 22nd, 1944, the ship was sunk by the American submarine USS Pikuda near Pratas Island. Well, there you go, guys. That's the history of Hashidate. Apparently, there were 2 built. Entered service 1940, guys. Pretty cool indeed. So, let's actually start off by specking out... No, let's take a look at the armor layout first, actually, for the Hashidate. Then we can spec out the captain here, 10 point. And then we can take a look at my statistics, our modules and stuff here, whatever. So, we have 6mm armor nose, a 6mm armor citadel, 6mm armor deck, 6mm aft, 6mm gun, 6mm superstructure. No, I'm wrong. Actually, the superstructure is 13mm conning tower specifically, and the guns are 10mm. And for the citadel, guys, it's huge. It's a box. Be careful when you show broadside. You can get HE citadel, especially by ships that pen 10, which is pretty much all of them. So do be careful in the Hashidate. It is quite a squishy one. Anyway, let's take a look at my commander build here. Let's actually spec one out. Let's see if I got one for Hashidate. Doesn't look like I do, so we're gonna have to scram on a 10-point captain here. So for you new players, you can run something like this on Hashidate. Well, not new players, more experienced players can run something like this. If you are a super experienced Tier 1 player and you would like to play heavy Tier 1, you can actually run something like... No IFHE, probably something like this. If you run something like this for Tier 1, this should be quite sufficient. But since we aren't at that level yet, this is probably the build you're supposed to be running for now. We're going for a semi-lighthouse build, guys, which means we are relying on our high concealment of 7.5 kilometers. to get that little reload buff from top grade gunner. For my modules, I'm going to be running main armaments mod 1. This is because we're going to get higher turret survivability during the game, so it's going to be pretty good overall. Running the flags, of course, this is the flag layout you want to be running. For the camouflage for the ship, I'm just running a random one, so that doesn't matter. I don't think I have to show the camouflages. Let's cover the ship characteristics for Hashidate. We got 5,150 HP with this build. With artillery, we got 4.8 second reload on 122mm guns. We have 4 guns, 9.1 kilometers of range, 11% fire chance, and 20mm of pen. AA defense, actually, we do have some AA at tier 1. Even though you're not going to be seeing carriers, it is important to have some AA just to scare the enemies, guys. It's very important. Maneuverability, we have 20.5 knots with the speed flag. We do turning circle radius of 270 meters with a 3-second rudder shift time. And we also have 7.5 detection, guys, which is not too bad indeed. And so that's pretty much the Hashidate. Pretty cool ship indeed. For playstyle, on average, you want to kind of just load in, go towards the caps, start shooting the enemies till you die. If you don't die, it means you probably won the game. If you die, then go next. It's not really a big deal. It's tier 1, guys. Tier 1 stats don't really matter too much. Just play it and try it out. Let me know what you think. Oh, by the way, before we move over to our next ship, do please let me know, every ship we cover, do let me know what you think, in your opinion, is your favorite tier 1 ship, and what you think of each ship, or which your favorite ship, what do you think about it, and why it's your favorite ship. I would definitely love to know, guys. It's very important for me. So, the second ship we're going to be covering is the United States ship, the USS Erie here. Obviously, quite a formidable ship in the game as well. One of the first, if not the second or first, tier 1 ship in the game. One of the most famous tier 1 ships in the game, the Erie. So, let's start off with the armor layout here. Actually, before that, let's actually read the description, because it's quite important to read the description on the ships, guys. 2 of these were built, entered service 1936, it says, according to this. Assuming it's correct. It says, based on restrictions of the London Naval Treaty, American designers conceptualized a gunboat to solve a wide range of tasks, from providing fire support to Marine Corps during landing operations to protecting convoys from radar and submarine attacks. During the Spanish Civil War, USS Erie evacuated US citizens from the belligerent country before joining the forces at the Panama Canal, where she served until the end of her career. At the outbreak of World War II, USS Erie defended the Caribbean from German submarines. So as we can see, guys, Erie is a submarine hunter in WoWs. Sadly though, Wargaming did not give us the ability to have ASWs on our Erie. But it's okay, because luckily, in WoWs, you won't be meeting any submarines at tier 1, so it should be pretty okay. For the armor layout for Erie, we got a new dimension here. More armor than Hashidate, as we can see. So we got 6mm nose armor, 13mm side plating, 6mm deck, 6mm aft. Guns are defended with 22mm of armor. So yeah, so we got 6mm on our conning tower here, but our side plate is 88mm of solid American steel. And we got 73 meters under the water there, millimeters, sorry. And this is what the Citadel looks like. Heavy armor, guys. This is what we call tanking ability, especially at low tier. This is basically like the Des Moines of tier 1, guys. Well, not really, actually. This is tankier than Des Moines, tier for tier. We got 88mm side Citadel, 88 internals here, Citadel underwater. Citadel is pretty much waterline. It's hard to hit. It's good. Very interesting Citadel. Let's move over to my commander build. We do have a 21-point captain here, which is very important for tier 1. We're running Last Stand, Grease the Gears, Demo Expert, Heavy HE and Sap Shells, Top Grade Gunner, AR, SE, and even Outnumbered, guys. Quite important skills to have for tier 1. We're also running main armaments mod 1, which is quite important, of course. I don't recommend running any of the others. Maybe damage control party mod 1 you could run for extended DCPs at tier 1. But main armaments mod 1 is probably the best one, guys. That's what you should take. And this is the flag recommendation. For our ship characteristics, guys, we have 5,400 HP in the Erie. we got 4 guns with a 6-second reload, 14% fire chance, 25mm pen. Guys, the Erie comes equipped with Worcester caliber guns. These are tier 10 caliber, guys. Doesn't mean they're the same shells as the tier 10, but the caliber is the same, guys. Which means we have Worcester guns, guys. Almost. Basically, they have 9.6 kilometer range. They're probably slower, and they probably do less damage. And, you know, they have less pen. You know, whatever. That's not important, guys. They have 14% fire chance, guys. That's pretty high with 6-second reload, guys, on 4 guns. All right. AA defense, it does come equipped with an anti-aircraft suite here of 28mm Mark 1s here and Mark 2s or whatever. Mark 1's on a Mark 2, it says. Okay, you got 6 continuous damage. Pretty good. Maneuverability, you got 21 knots of speed, guys. 310-meter turning circle radius. 2.8-second rudder shift. And concealment we have with this build 9.2, so we're less stealthy than the Hashidate. We are going for the full lighthouse on the Erie here, which is quite good. For playstyle, I would recommend the exact same playstyle as Hashidate, guys. Run it down to the caps, try shoot out the enemies. If you die, it's okay. If you live, it's kind of okay too. Just make sure you play the islands and shoot people. That's important in this ship. Moving on to the Orlan, guys. The Soviet Tier 1 cruiser. The Orlan. Very famous, of course, in the game. A lot of good players love the Orlan, of course, because it is Soviet. Let's take a look at its description, guys. It says, year of design. So this ship was actually not built, guys. It says year of design, 1941. 5 drafts of a small destroyer that could be mass-produced were proposed in 1941. It was assumed that such ships would be built at shipyards in the Volga Basin and upon completion would be transferred to the North Sea and the Baltic. The Navy's General Staff considered the idea in 1942, but they rejected it because the ship's displacement was too large. A year later, the performance specifications for a destroyer were presented, but the project wasn't pursued, guys. So that's the description for the Orlan Tier 1 Soviet cruiser. For the armor layout, we're looking something very similar to Hashidate here, guys. 6mm nose, 10mm side, 6mm aft, but 10mm deck all the way through. That's some sneaky armor, guys. The citadel here sits very high above the water externally, so you can get HE citadel. Please do be careful. For the build, guys, we're gonna run... Holy Orlan captains. We have a lot of Orlan captains. So for Orlan, we are going to be running the 21-point captain because we can. Same build as gearing. As you can see, photo, copy, and paste. Same build as gearing. Now, you guys are seeing a pattern. Malta, you're running the same build on every ship at Tier 1? Yeah, because that's how it works, guys. We're going to be running the same exact build on every single ship at Tier 1 if we can, because that is the best build you can run at Tier 1, guys. That is the build. That is what you need to run, guys. All right? Anyway, so we have main armaments mod 1. Of course, very important. This is the flag recommendation. For ship characteristics, we've got 5,000 HP on the Orlan. We've got 130mm guns, similar to, I believe, Khabarov's guns, basically. We've got Khabarovsk or Kiev guns. Not sure what ship this is from. Pretty cool indeed. We got 4.3 second reload. We're looking at DPM now, guys. 4.3 second reload. We're looking at 9% fire chance, 22mm of pen, and we're also looking at 9.7 kilometer range. So we can actually get some quick long range shots in. We've got actually some AA mounts here. Some machine guns, some 50 cals or 37mm actually, and some 76mm AA guns. For maneuverability, we've got 26.3 knots, guys. We're going fast. We're going 26.3 knots, 310-meter turning circle radius, and 2.4 second rudder shift time. Concealment, we have 7.7 kilometers. So what I'm looking at with the Orlan, it seems we've got some somewhat decent top speed, decent concealment, decent gun range, decent reload. Overall, it's pretty good ship. The only problem we're seeing is the low HP pool. The low HP pool is going to be a bit of a problem. So when it comes to the playstyle, maybe you're wanting to play a bit more passive into Orlan when compared to, for example, something like as tanky as the Erie. But you can still play Orlan in a similar playstyle as that of Hashidate and Erie. We move over to the German Tier 1 light cruiser, the German Tier 1 cruiser, the Hermelin. The Hermelin, if I pronounce that correctly. It's German. And it is designed. It's not a real ship apparently. It's designed, so it's you know, fabrication or just a design. So it says German engineers designed a colonial gunboat project under an order from the Netherlands. The Dutch planned to build a series of 7 ships and laid down 3 of them under a simplified design. During occupation of the Netherlands, these ships fell into German hands and were completed for the German Navy. The original design outmatched Dutch ships in terms of size and armaments. There is a presumption that the German Admiralty intended to construct ships based on the original design for future German outlying bases during the post-war era, guys. So, that is the description. None of them were built. For armor layout, holy. We're approaching Stalingrad levels. We're approaching Petropavlovsk levels at this point. We're looking at deep colors. We're looking at dark reds, oranges, greens, light blues. We got a whole rainbow of armors here. Let's take a look at the nose. 6mm nose with the deck nose. A 9mm center deck. 6 aft. We've got a 23mm side plate. 6mm superstructure. We've got a heavily tanky 37mm conning tower with a 25mm conning tower and a 15 and 25mm conning tower deck. We've got our gun. When you're face forward, it's 50. You're not touching that gun. You will never break that gun. It's 50. Please. You're not touching that gun. For our side plate, we've got 35mm. We've got a side plate here also 30. Keep in mind, there is a shaft here of 9. If we remove this and take a look at the Citadel, guys, the Citadel is actually exposed at 9 here. So you do have to be quite careful with the ship. But there it is. There it is. The Hermelin's armor, guys. Quite a tanky one, it looks like. Let's take a look at the commander build here. So, looks like we can run a 11-point captain, which is pretty good overall. So this is the build we're going to be running. For anyone wondering what the completed would look like, it would look like this, guys. It would look exactly the same as every other build I've showcased before. For equipment, we're going to be running main armaments mod 1, guys. Of course, same build as always, guys. Main armaments mod 1. For our ship characteristics, we got 4.5k HP, which is 0 HP, guys. This is the lowest so far, I believe. For main guns, this is insane. So we got German 128mm guns, guys. These are similar guns to, for example, something you find on something like a Z52. Not really, actually, because the guns are different. But it's the same caliber. You also don't get improved German HE shells. You don't get the improved HE penetration. You get 21mm of pen. You get 9.9 kilometer range though with a 4-second reload. With 900 meter per second shell travel time and a low fire chance of 7. So something looking at this is, you want to play the Hermelin a bit further away, clearly. So here we have AA guns as well, 100. These are dual purpose AA guns, main guns. So we're clapping on 13 rating AA. Maneuverability. The Hermelin goes 25.2 knots with build, 360 meter turning circle radius, and 3.3 second rudder shift time. For my concealment, we're running 8.4 detection, guys, which means it has really bad detection and really bad HP. For the playstyle, how are we going to change it up a bit? For the playstyle, guys, what we're going to be doing is we're going to have to be sitting in the back, and we're going to have to be poking away at ships at longer ranges. But that's pretty much it. So let's move over to a fan favorite throughout the years, guys. Probably one of the most beloved ships in this game in general, in World of Warships. One of the most loved ships in WoW's history. In WoW's history, guys. Since the game came out. Well, since the British cruisers came out, obviously. Black Swan, guys. This ship, beloved by the community. played by many. There are men or women or men or women or men who have 26,000 random battles in this ship because this ship had AP back in the day. Nowadays, guys, I'm sorry to disappoint you, it doesn't have AP anymore. So it's gonna be an HE only ship. That's something I didn't mention yet. All tier 1 cruisers only have HE. Let's take a look at the description of the ship, guys. I hope, by the way, if you're still in the video, I appreciate you guys, seriously. I know some of you were really interested in that video like this, but I'm not sure if there are actually any of you left. If there are, if you made it already to the Black Swan, guys, let me know in the comments, so I kind of know. Or let me know in the comment that you made it so far, that you've watched 20 minutes of content of tier 1. Please. I hope this video at least gets 1,000 views, guys. I hope this video gets 1,000 views. Anyway. In the 1930s, guys, by the way, I just want to start off by saying this ship entered service in 1940. And ships in the series, 39 of these were built. 39 of these were built. They were spamming these like they were toothpicks. Alright. In the 1930s, several series of modern sloops were built in the United Kingdom to replace the Flower-class escorts that were in extreme demand. The lead ship entered service in 1940 during World War II. She escorted convoys, hunted submarines, and converted the landing of Allied forces in North Africa. Covered. In 1949, the ship was damaged by the Chinese artillery during the Amiens incident. Her last campaign was in the Korean War, where Black Swan battled North Korean torpedo boats during the Battle of Shumonchin-chan. So, Black Swan has quite a service history, guys, serving up to the Korean War. Quite a lot of work done, which can, you know what, which is more than most ships in the game, and it's at tier 1. So, if we can give a round of applause to Black Swan for doing so much work throughout history, no matter what side it may be, it is a ship made of steel. Let's actually take a look at the armor layout. We're looking at 6mm nose, 10 side and deck, 10 nose deck, 10 aft deck, and 6 aft. This reminds me of Orlan armor, but the citadel actually sits down here. Pretty interesting, pretty large. Let's actually put on a commander build here. Let's use Brian Northcape here. Brian Northcape is going to be our exemplary captain of choice. This is the build we're going to be running. And for those of you wondering what build I'm going to be running as the completed Black Swan build, this is what it's going to look like, guys. This is the build you need to be running on Black Swan. For equipment, main armaments mod 1, guys. Definitely the choice for Black Swan. For flags, we're going to put these on, but definitely main armaments mod 1. For ship characteristics, we got 6,400 HP. Artillery, 6,450 actually, 6,450 HP. For artillery, we have a 6-second reload with 825 HE alpha, 8% fire chance, and 17mm of pen. 8.7 kilometer gun range on the Black Swan. Something to note on the Black Swan, guys, it has 3 turrets, which means you get 6 guns on the Black Swan. 6 guns. 6 guns. Most of the time, I think every other ship we've covered so far has had 4 guns total. Black Swan has 6. Black Swan has 6 guns. A defense. We have a 40mm Vickers QF Mark 8 on a Mark 7 mount. Here in the back, looks pretty sick indeed. 6 continuous DPS. Top speed 20 knots, goes very slow. 350 meter turning circle radius, 2.9 second rudder shift time. Reason it goes slow, obviously, I guess it's because of the heavy DPM you get on the ship. 6.8 concealment, so you've got good detection and good guns, which means you're trying to output as much damage as possible, and you've got decent HP pool, so you combine all of those 3, and you've got quite a solid tier 1. Now, when in the past it had AP, it was even more solid, but this is good indeed. And if you mind me, give me a break for a second, guys. I do need to drink, because I've been talking about tier 1s for 25 minutes. So give me like 10 seconds. Let me drink some water before we move over to the Bougainville. For those of you wondering, why don't I edit that out? I don't feel like, guys. We're doing a tier 1 review. Why do I need to edit that out, guys? Come on. Anyway. Let's continue. So, let's go over to the Bougainville tier 1 French cruiser. This video is pretty hard, guys. I hope you're enjoying the content. This one's a hard one. This one's a long video, too. So, for Bougainville, guys, 9 of them were built. Entered service in 1933, guys. The Bougainville sloops in the French Navy were classified as colonial avisos and were intended to serve in the overseas territories of the Republic. The ships were equipped for service in the tropics, and had rooms for a task force staff and its commander. Their long range was provided by a reliable and economical diesel power plant. During World War II, most of the Bougainville avisos served in the Atlantic, off the coast of Africa, and in the Pacific Ocean. So that's the Bougainville. Armor layout. 6 nose, 10 deck, 13 side, 10 deck, 10 deck, 6 aft. No superstructure. It's 6 all the way through. Citadel. This is what the brick head of a citadel looks like. It's 13 millimeters. At the deck, citadel is exposed, so you must be really careful. But yeah, let's take a look at my commander build, guys. And guess what, guys? Guess what? We're gonna run the same exact build as before, guys, because this is the most overpowered build in the game for tier 1s. It is the only build you can run, but this is the build. For my equipment, we're running, yep, thought so, main armaments modification 1. Pretty good build indeed overall. I would recommend the build definitely. For the ship characteristics, Bougainville has a total of 7,850 HP, which is quite high. For our artillery, we have 4.8 second reload with 3 guns. Now, this is the lowest gun count, by the way, tier 1. Lowest gun count at tier 1, I think, so far that we've covered at least. 3 guns. 3 guns. Normally, we have at least 4 or 6. This one has 3 with a 4.8 second reload, 9.5 kilometer range, guys. Let's look at the fire chance. It's 11%. AA defense, guys. Yep. Thought so. Hotchkiss, MLEs, 1914, single mount, 8 millimeters, standard. Standard on these ships for sure. For our other AA guns, this one wasn't as expected. 37mm 50 MLE 1925 on a CA MLE 1925 mount. Pretty good. Continuous damage 35. We went up from 6 to 35, so that's pretty good overall. Maneuverability 20 knots. It's a brick. 350 meter turning circle radius with 3.7 second rudder shift time. Concealment 8 kilometers. Playstyle. So playstyle with this ship like this, guys, to be honest, it's probably maybe something more passive. You can tank, but you don't have as much DPM, so you do have to sit a bit further away to rely on your HP, because if you run too fast, you're gonna get too focused too fast. Try to abuse of your teammates, try to use them to tank for you first, and then save your HP for the end of the game. Let's move over to my neighbors, guys. The Italians, guys. Eritrea. So, my neighbors. The Italian Navy, guys. Let's take a look at it. So, Eritrea 1 was built. Entered service 1937. Eritrea, a sloop, was developed between 1932 and 1934 for service in African colonies. To increase the operating range, the ship was equipped with electric motors from Balila-class submarines. She was equipped with a hospital, generating stations for submarine service, and minesweeping equipment. Eritrea served in the Spanish Civil War, and in the 1930s, she served in the Red Sea. In 1948, she was transferred to the French Navy and saw action in Indochina and the Pacific Ocean. Another ship with a fabled or a famous history, guys. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. I mean, this is incredible, guys. These ships are awesome. Wow. Armor layout. 6 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Is there anything that's not 6? Listen, guys. Ooh! There it is. Right there. So the ship, you think it's covered in 6mm everywhere, guys. But Wargaming, they're on top of things, guys. They know what's up. So the bottom, as you can see, is 10. Now you're asking me, what doesn't matter if the bottom armor is 10? It doesn't, guys. But that doesn't matter. It's 10. And that's the important thing. It's not just covered in 6. It also has 10mm armor. For the commander build here, with a 0-point captain, we're gonna cover it like this. Standard build, guys. I mean, come on, guys. I don't even know why I keep showing the build. It's the same build, guys. You have to be getting like used to the build, guys. This is the build, guys. This is the build. Equipment. Let me... Come on, guys. It's main armaments mod 1. Come on. Of course it's main armament. It's main armaments mod 1. For survivability, we got 8,100 HP. This ship has more HP than 7 Hashidates. 8,100. Artillery, we got 4 120mm guns. Guys, 3.5 second reload, guys. 9.9 kilometer range, guys. But the shells are slow. That is your downside. The shells are slow. 7% fire chance. The shell's fire chance is low. But you get DPM, guys. DPM. Alright, so for our AA, we got a 76 Breda Model 1931 on a twin mount. That's a bit unexpected on a ship like this, but I guess that is historical. For our others, we got the 40. Yep, that was expected for sure. The single 40s, we got 2 of those. That was super expected. The 39 Vickers Turney Model 1917 on a single mount. Yeah, that's pretty standard distribution on these. 58 continuous damage, guys. These are power damage dealers. Maneuverability, 21 knots, quite slow as well for a ship of tier 1. 300 turn-meter turning circle radius and 5.7 rudder shift. The rudder is slow as fuck. Concealment, 6.6. This thing is invisible, guys. This thing is unseen, unheard of. That's pretty much the Eritrea playstyle. DPM, guys. Walk over the enemy, guys. Seriously, just walk them over. You have HP, you have DPM. Walk. Let's go next to our first Pan-Asian light cruiser. This video is really hard, guys. We're up to 32 minutes. But I hope you're enjoying the content, guys. Let's take a look at the tier 1 cruiser, the Chengan. Holy shit. I'm sorry for my reaction there, but guys, it entered service in 1944. Ships in series 67. These guys were spamming them. These guys were printing Chengans, guys. Chengans on cooldown. Let's read the description. Taking advantage of a loophole in the London Naval Treaty that placed no restrictions on the number of ships with a displacement of up to 600 tons, Japan started building small ships in the 1930s that were classified as kaibokans. Originally in Japan, this referred to obsolete ships repurposed for coastal defense needs. The project was developed by Mitsubishi. Kaibokan number 40 was built at the Fujinagata shipyard. After the surrender of Japan, the ship was used in the fleets of anti-Hitler coalition countries as a minesweeper, and in August of 1947, she was transferred to the Chinese fleet and renamed Chengan. In 1949, the ship became part of the Republic of China Navy. Zhongguo. Cool. Let's take a look at the armor layout. Alright. 6, 10, 13, 13, 6, 13, 10, 6, 10, 6, 10. Pretty good overall. Let's take a look at the Citadel layout. Pretty big indeed. Pretty big. That's cool, guys. That's cool. Let's look at our captain build here. Chengan. Oh my god, Nyan is 21 pointer, but I don't want to do it. Alright guys, this is the build for those of you guys who are interested in the build and still don't know what the build. Guys, I've been showing the build every ship. Like every ship it's the same build. If you guys haven't understood that the build is the same on every single ship, I'm gonna make it clear right now, guys. The build is the same on every single tier 1, guys. Equipment. Oh my god, guys, come on. It's main armaments mod 1. Standard. For survivability, we got 4.9k HP. 0 HP. For main battery, we got 127mm guns, 5.5 second reload, 8.5 kilometer range, 9% fire chance, 1000 alpha, 1050 alpha. AA guns, obviously the 25mm 60 Type 96 on a triple mount, and of course the dual purpose Type 89 on a Model A1 Mod 1 mount. And as you can see, we actually get flak. We get flak. 1 flak cloud. And we get continuous damage of 5, but we get a flak cloud of 910. Pretty good indeed. With 6 kilometer AA range almost, 5.8. Maneuverability 20 knots, quite slow. 240 meter turning circle radius and 2-second rudder shift time. Concealment 5.9 kilometers. 5.9 kilometers. And yes, if you really want to play super stealth Chengan, guys, you can change the build. And you know what? This is the first time I'm recommending you guys to change the build. Listen, I don't recommend you change the build. Listen. But this build you can run. This is the Chengan build. This is the only cruiser I think at tier 1 you can run this build on. This is the Chengan build, guys. 5.3 detection. Get into their mouth, guys. They will not know what hit them. Let's move over to the tier 1 Polish pan-European cruiser, the Gryf. The Gryf. One was built, entered service 1938. In the early 1930s, the Polish Navy succumbed to the trend of building large mine layers, capable of operating independently. The ship was supposed to have weapons that would not be inferior to those of a destroyer and to serve as a training ship in peacetime. Their new mine layer was laid down in 1934. Launched 2 years later and entered service in 1938, in the event of hostilities, Gryf was tasked with setting up a mining bank to protect the only Polish seaport of Gdynia. I've actually personally been to Gdynia. If you would like to visit Gdynia, guys, it's next to Gdansk, very close, 30 minutes away something. There's the Bliskaswica there. You can go visit it. Anyway, from amphibious assault. On September 1, 1939, the first day of World War II, the ship was damaged by an air attack. 2 days later, she came under artillery fire from German destroyers and suffered another air attack. She received several hits from aerial bombs and sank. The ship was sunk during the opening stages of World War II. Pretty much 2 days after World War II started. So, honestly, Gryf, I don't know, guys. You'll have to check online and prove me wrong in the comments, because I don't actually know. But was Gryf the first naval ship to go down in World War II? Was Gryf the first ship ever to sink in World War II? Was it? It might have been. I don't know, guys. If you can let me know in the comments below, I would love to know if Gryf was the first ship to ever sink in World War II. Armor layout. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 7. 6. 10. And the Citadel, I mean, it's a box, guys. When I say it's a box, guys, it's a box, guys. I mean, this is huge. This is huge for any standard. And if it was this big in real life, guys, I mean, if it was this big in real life, you can't really blame it for sinking first in World War II. Because, well, it's just, I mean, the Citadel is bigger than the ship, so. Build. Build is debatable here. Concealment's okay, but you can run outnumbered. I think that's okay too. Equipment. Main armaments mode 1. Flags, standard. 8,000 HP, which is quite healthy. Artillery. So this is quite interesting. So you've got 2 singles 120s and 2 doubles 120. So we get 6 guns. 6 guns on this cruiser. 3.4 second reload. Heavy DPM, guys. But the only problem is the HE damage is 468, quite low. We got 11, almost 11 kilometer gun range with the Gryf, guys. 11 almost. 10.7. Sniper rifle, guys. Play it like a sniper. It's slow. It is healthy, but you shouldn't run it down in it. 6.4 detection with the build. That's the Gryf. Moving over to the Dutch Tier 1 light cruiser. The Van Kinsbergen. The Van Kinsbergen. The Van Kinsbergen is a ship in the game. One of them was built 1939, entered service. Gunboat Van Kinsbergen was intended for training to operate state-of-the-art fire control systems. The ship was commissioned shortly before the beginning of World War II. During the war, she served in the Caribbean Sea and took part in escorting convoys, intercepting enemy transports, and hunting German submarines. After the war ended, Van Kinsbergen was engaged in 2 raids to the East Indies and Australia and was then used as a floating barracks. Interesting story. Interesting story from the Van Kinsbergen. Floating barracks. Armor layout. 6. 6. 6. 6. 13. But more importantly, 20mm deck armor, guys. We're talking heavy armor at this point. This is the Citadel. As you can see, the deck is slightly angled on both sides. Slightly angled. You see that's like a triangle. Pretty interesting. I think the ship looks actually pretty cute. It looks like an Erie-ish. It looks quite similar to the Erie, but also quite different than the Erie. It looks pretty cute, actually. Anyway, for commander build, guys. I mean, guys, come on, man. Don't do me like this, guys. This is the build. Equipment. Guys, standard build. Standard build. 7.1 AK HP. Pretty high for tier 1. We have 4 guns. 6.8 second reload. Super slow. 878 shell damage. 900 meters per second shell velocity. But most importantly, guys... Most importantly here, we've got 11.4 kilometer gun range, guys. 11.4! Why are the ranges so high? 11.4! We're talking higher gun range than Attilio Regolo at tier 10, guys. Anyway. A defense. Oh! Yep. Yep. 40mm, 56 Bofors on a number 3 mount. Standard. 86 continuous damage. Pretty good. Maneuverability, guys. This one hauls, guys. This one hauls. 26.8 knots. 26.8. 350 meter turning circle radius and 3.5 second rudder shift. But 26.8 knots. We're talking Orlan speeds. We're talking Erie HPs. We're talking Gryf gun ranges. This ship has everything. This ship has it all, guys. This ship has it all. Concealment 8.6. Concealment is a bit lacking. I must give it that, guys. The concealment is lacking. But wow. This ship might be the one, guys. I've never played the Van Kinsbergen, but it might be pretty good. Play style, I forgot to say. You could play this like anything, guys. This is a ship that's just fast, good HP, good gun range, decent guns. You could do anything with it. You could literally play it however you want, man. Load in, run it down. You just shoot ships, you know, hide, whatever. Do whatever you want, man. This ship's good. This ship's good. Moving over to the Hercules. The Hercules. Or Hercule. I think it's Hercules or Hercule. Hercules. I'm going to call it the Hercules. 151. Jeez. All right. Let's break this down. 151 ships in service. 1942 entered service. Listen, the British were printing. The British were printing. If there are any British viewers in the chat, in the comments, wow, you guys were printing ships with 3D printers, I might add. Let's take a look at this. The British River-class frigates, designed to escort convoys in the North Atlantic, were sold off heavily after World War II. USS Asheville, a Canadian-built ship, remained in the US Navy until 1946, but was later sold to Argentina. There she served under the name Hercules and then Juan B. Azzopardo until 1973. So let's actually take a look at the armor layout. The ship's Argentinian, by the way, as you can tell by the flag. Armor layout, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. I'm gonna get a headache, guys. 3 millimeters. And the citadel is, jeez, look at that angle. That's really bad. That's very bad. And 10. Then they're under, the 10's always underwater, guys. Anyway, that's the Hercules armor layout, guys. Build, guys. Oh my gosh, the concealment's good. You can run the concealment on this one. You can run concealment. Main armaments mod 1, guys. Standard. Main armaments mod 1. For flags, we're gonna run these. HP 6300. Pretty good overall. Artillery, 4-second reload on 4 guns. 750 alpha, 7% fire chance, 8.8 kilometer gun range. AA defense, as I expected. 20mm Orlan on a Mark IV mount. Standard on these ships. 21.3 knots. Oh, how much? 45 continuous damage. Maneuverability 21.3 knots. 320mm turning circle radius. Rudder shift time 3 seconds. Concealment 6.4 with no build, but you can get that down even more. We can actually take a look. You get it down to 5.8, which is pretty decent actually. Jupiter. We're going over to Spain, guys. Our hombres in Spain. With the ship the Jupiter or Jupiter. Probably it's Jupiter, guys, like the planet. Probably not. 4 of these were built, guys. They didn't build too many of these. They weren't spamming like the British. Entered service in 1937. In the 1930s, Spain began building new modern mine layers, all named after Roman gods. The Jupiter-class ships were also meant to serve as gunboats and were equipped with good artillery armament for this purpose. While still under construction, the lead ship of the Jupiter-class was captured by rebel nationalists after her commissioning. The ship was participated in the blockade of the Republican coast in the Bay of Biscay by intercepting transports and setting up minefields, the same minefields that would later cause the sinking of the rebel battleship España. Interesting. Another good service history. Now, I must say, guys, in terms of looks, I don't want to be mean, but this one doesn't look that good. Now, I think it's cute and all. It has a square head, but it's not that cool, is it? Anyway, armor layout. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. It's just 6, guys, and 10 underwater as per usual. Taking a look at the citadel here, it is the ship. I mean, it is literally the ship, guys. Guys, this is literally just the entire boat is the citadel, which is quite interesting. I'm gonna get a headache, guys. I'm sorry. Listen, whoever watched this video, by the way, so far, God bless you. Listen, I'm not sure if you're actually watching till now. If you are, please let me know. I watched till Jupiter at least, or till the end. This one was a hard one to record, guys. Honestly, I haven't had a headache like this, guys. I've been talking for an hour almost, 50 minutes. on tier 1 ships. Build. This is the build, guys. There's no other build. There's no other build. May equipment, yep. Alright, that's the build. Flags. Whew. Something I want to say about the Jupiter before we move over to ship characteristics is the back of the ship. I think this ship looks huge. This ship looks like a private yacht or something. I mean, look at this box in the back. What are those, man? Does anyone know what those doors are for? If you know what those doors are for, I would greatly appreciate you helping me understand what the doors are for. For survivability, we have 7.4k HP. For main battery guns, we have 4.5 second reload with 9.1 kilometer gun range, 850 alpha, 6% fire chance. A defense, obviously standard for the Spanish, 20 millimeter, 65 C, 38 on an L30 single mount. Yeah, and this one I actually know. This one is the AA Gun 76 40 Ansaldo model 1916 on an RM 1916 mount. Obviously standard distribution on these ships. This is what comes out on those ships. What's fun about this ship is actually a little Easter egg here. There's all the little flags here inside the little box. I actually didn't know that till I just looked at it right now, which is really, really cute. So that I guess makes up for the forehead up front. 28 continuous damage, 3 km range. Maneuverability, 19.4 knots. The ship doesn't move. 340 meter turning circle radius, 3.7 second rudder shift time, and concealment of 7.3 kilometers with the no build. And guys, you might think the video is over, but you are totally wrong. Because there is one more tier 1 ship that is about to get added, and guess what? It's a fan favorite, guys. It's another Black Swan, guys. We're back in business. We're back in business, guys. I'm gonna have a headache. All right, let's read the description for the Sutlej. I think it's Indian, but I'm not sure. All right, here we go. 39 of these were built. I believe it's the same as Black Swan. 1941 entered service for the Sutlej. Designed and built in Great Britain, the Black Swan class sloops were primarily proposed for convoy protection. Several ships in the series were ordered specifically for the needs of the Royal Indian Navy. Sutlej, having started her service amid World War II, actively participated in military operations in the waters of the Mediterranean and Indian Ocean, including amphibious engagements in Sicily and Burma. Following India's independence, the ship became part of the Indian Navy, serving until the late 1970s. This ship has served... Well, not this one. Let's go take a look at it. This ship, guys, has served till 1970, guys. This ship is I mean, it's Indian, which is cool. The Indian tier 1. But yeah, there you go. Let's take a look at the armor layout. Oh my god, 6, 10, 6, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Lots of 10s, guys. Black Swan reminder. For survivability, 6450. Artillery, we got 5.8 second reload, 6 guns, 8.5 kilometer gun range. 750 maximum damage, 6% fire chance. Yep. And A defense. Yep. Oh yeah. 12.7 Mark 3. Yep. And 20 millimeter Orlan Mark 1 on a Mark 2A mount. Continuous damage 36. 19 knots of speed with no flag, of course, and 6.8 detection. Guys, that's the video, man. I really hope you enjoyed this one, man, because this one was asked for. I think I get a comment about it every single day on stream on YouTube, because I never play tier 1, guys. Honestly, I never play tier 1 ever. And some of you are wondering, why does MalteseKnight have 3 million XP on Hashidate on Erie? How does he have so much XP on all of these tier 1s, man? He plays tier 1 all the time? No, guys. I don't play tier 1 all the time, guys. Look, I have 90 tier 1 games, and most of my games are tier 10. Listen. So whenever we test ships, I believe if it's American, for example, if it's a test ship American, for example, Wisconsin, all the XP you generate on Wisconsin will move over to Erie. And 3 million XP, that's over the years, they move over to Erie. And that's for every line, depending on the nation of the test ship. Listen, guys, that's pretty much the video, guys. I have nothing else to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you can share the video and let everyone know how amazing this video was. If you can let me know how much you enjoyed the video in the comments, please leave a comment. I need help, guys, for the algorithm to feed it to other channels, whatever. It would help me by if you just type a comment, like the video, share the video, watch it again, and do whatever you want. And if you want, guys, you can join the YouTube membership for $1 a month, guys. It's very cheap. I get 50% of it. YouTube gets 50% of it as well. But yeah. I'm also been streaming like 8 hours a day on Twitch, so please come and take a look. But that's pretty much it. That's this tier 1s, guys. All the tier 1s rated. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. In terms of my favorite tier 1, probably the Bougainville right now. But I think the Van Kinsbergen might be pretty good. That's pretty much it, guys. I have a headache now, and I probably gave you 10 headaches. That was a hard one to record. Please let me know if you have any feedback on the video. Maybe any way I could improve the video for next time. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next video. I don't know. Should I make the video an hour long? I don't think so. I don't think it needs to be 1 hour long, guys. A 1 hour long video would be long. Let's take a look at some others here. No, that's okay. I think it's good. I think we can cut it short here. Well, short. We covered everything in detail, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And please follow my Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and join my Discord server. Do everything, guys, because it will help me out in the long run. And of course, if obviously you have to do it only if you enjoy the content, guys. If you don't, well, I'll see you maybe another time. Maybe you find my channel again. But yeah, big fan, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, also, let me know what ships you want me to cover in the next video. Big fan. Big fan.